Hi, I'm Paul Capps, and we're at the Band House Music Store in Texarkana, Texas today, and we're going to talk a little bit about guitars. We're going to do a little basic beginner. So you've just bought a guitar, or you found one in the closet, and you pulled it out and going to restring it and retune it. And I recommend you bring us the guitar to string it and tune it the first time. But I'm going to give you a few pointers, mainly for people who haven't played a guitar before and they're just starting out. One of the things that happens when you're first starting out and you're learning to play a guitar is your fingers develop a sensitivity from pressing the guitar strings down. Number one thing I've seen in making people give up when they first start playing, because it can be painful. Doesn't have to be painful, but it can be. One of the ways to avoid it, if you don't get too excited in the beginning when you first get your guitar at home and you start playing, just do some basic exercises. You want to form your hand in kind of a claw shape like this. It's almost like you were pressing the piano keys down. And go to the top string on the guitar, and we're going to start at the 3rd fret. You can actually start at any fret on the guitar that you want to. I'm just starting at the 3rd. And we're going to press the note down. Then we're going to take the 2nd finger and go to the next fret and press that finger down and play the note. And then the 3rd finger to the next fret and we press it down. And then the 4th finger to the next fret and press it down. Now the bass strings on the guitar, the top strings on the guitar, will help you develop a little bit of a callus on your fingertips so that you don't have pain when you're pressing the strings down. It does not hurt me to play a guitar. When you're first developing it, your fingertips are a little bit softer and you can develop some pain when you're playing the guitar. So the trick to it is do the exercise where you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're first starting out and it doesn't ring good, don't worry about it. Just press it down. And if it's buzzing a little bit, just go to the next. And then we drop down a string and we do the same thing. And then we drop down a string. And then the same thing. And all we're doing is 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the hard part, because when you first have your guitar and you want to play a lot and you want to learn and you want to start being like your favorite guitar player is overnight, going through the phase to get your fingertips to where they'll hold the string down, no pain involved, and you get a good clean where it's not rattling or anything, you have a good clean sound. Can take anything for some people because everybody is different. We're not all the same. The sensitivity in some people's fingers, you could do this for an hour and it not hurt you. Other people can't do it for more than 2 or 3 minutes before they feel a little tingling in the finger. Okay to play with a little tingling in the finger, but if it starts hurting, stop playing. Guitar playing does not have to be painful. You can force yourself through it if you want to. I mean, and I don't really recommend it. And you can develop blisters on your fingertips, and then that holds you back. But if you'll just take a week to 10 days to do this little basic exercise and just pressing the strings down, be sure you've got your fingers shaped in a C shape. And just pressing the strings down. If you don't feel like doing it in that order, or if you're having a hard time reaching the string to do it, you don't have to do it the 1, 2, 3, 4. That works out to when you start playing scales, it will help you doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, because scale patterns can be developed from this same fingering, and we'll do that in a future video. Just really simple, not complicated or hard at all. Ultimately, it's using each one of your fingertips to press a string down. If you wanted to go up and down, you could. Instead of down, you could go like, and then next to the next, and the next finger, and then the pinky. It's just pressing the strings down to make a sound, and you want a little C shape, and you want to press the string down as close to the center of the fingertip as you can get on the fret. And we'll do a video talking about tuning and different aspects of guitar. I'll probably cover one using a little snart tuner. Ultimately, if you have an electronic tuner, they are greatest things to tune with. You can also just tune like that's the high E, the B, the G, the D, the A, and the low E. In the old days, that's how we tuned. We just had another guitar that would play. We had videotapes and actually a record that had the tuning pitches to it, and then we just match the tuning pitches. But these tuners are a lot better at getting a guitar into tune. One of the books that I use to teach is Hal Leonard Basic Guitar Method. It's course number 1, and we'll go over a little bit of this course at a later date. To begin with, I just want you to get your fingers in shape and making the C shape and pressing the notes down. If you want to pick up one of these books at the music store and go ahead into chapter 1 and playing some notes and doing some things, this is a book mainly aimed at people who want to learn to read the guitar music as they go along and be able to play melody lines and notations off of songs. It's a great book. I've used it for years. There's a couple of different books that I use in my teaching up here, and there's different systems I use because some people want to use tab, some people want to learn to read the music and play by the music, and some people play by ear. It's always fascinated me how somebody can pick up a guitar and just hear a tune and play it. One of my favorite people that I worked with in a band years ago, a guy named Bobby Long, if he could hear it, he could play it. Didn't know an A from a G from a D, it can be done. It's always amazed me, but main thing when you get your guitar, have fun with it. Don't hurt yourself with it. Just take a little bit of time to build up the calluses on your fingertips. And if you don't want calluses, if you play exactly the same amount of time each day, and that could be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever the time, the calluses will actually go away and you'll have little pads underneath the fingertips. Now if you add and start playing a lot more, like you play 4 hours one day and 1 hour the next day and don't play for the next week, you'll keep calluses because you'll develop the callus when you start back playing. But if you play consistently 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 30 hours a week, however much time, those calluses will generally go away and you'll have little pads. Because I go up and down on my guitar playing, sometimes I play a lot more in a week's time. I'll tend to develop at this particular time, I don't know if you can see the fingertips, but there's no callus whatsoever on the fingertip, it's all just the pads. But if I added and started playing a lot more, I develop a callus on top of that until I balance that time out. And I think we've covered it. As far as the Guitar Method book that I recommend is a Hal Leonard Guitar Method number 1, and they have them here at the band house. Y'all have a nice week, and I'll talk to you a little later.